It's interesting, though, that people can come, understanding this, can come to actually question their negative identity, and actually, in questioning it, make big changes in the way they perceive themselves, and then take the appropriate actions. And you know, in terms of identity, you're lazy until you stop being lazy. So identity is the furthest thing from being fixed. It's a way of being that you can either repeat, and then it becomes part of you, or change, it becomes a different subject entirely. Mm-hmm. So there is no fixed identity. A person can be and learn to be what they want to be, and choose how they want to be. And in that sense, that's their new identity. I mean, moment by moment. Mm-hmm. The minute a man stops being tight, with money, for example, and becomes generous, then the identity is changed. Mm-hmm. There's no fixed identity in that sense. It's destructive to think in terms of yourself, in terms of a fixed identity. Mm-hmm. But then the problem becomes, it's difficult to change this identity and form a more favorable, more positive image of yourself. The reason for that is that, in a sense, you're breaking the bond with your original family, where the identity was formed. And that's threatening and anxiety-provoking, because that family situation was a life-saving situation at one point, mm-hmm. when the child was helpless and totally dependent, and offered safety. And so that sense of safety is associated with the negative identity, and changing that identity can be very psychologically threatening. In fact, it's a core resistance in psychotherapy to forming a better image of yourself and a better attitude about your way of living. It's a major obstacle. It's scary to change and to assume a new identity that's more positive, because you're leaving behind the safety and the security on some level, and it creates a lot of anxiety. Mm-hmm. And I think it takes a lot of courage and persistence and understanding and insight to make those changes. But ultimately, a person has to take power in their life in order to do that. Mm-hmm. But this is very threatening, actually, to change. So ironically, it's a kind of security, a kind of companionship, to think of yourself in negative terms that you've always been used to. Mm-hmm. It's a kind of companionship, a kind of connection to the family, and to the fantasy bond with the family. Mm-hmm. And it breaks that fantasy bond or connection to go on and to see yourself as in a positive light, and very different from the way you used to see yourself.